Hello, Mark Larson here and Cheryl Larson here. We'd like to welcome you to our home. This is the virtual Christmas Open House 2020. Usually by this time we would have people, because usually we always started at noon when we had it live in our home. But this year, because of the coronavirus, we're doing it viral. So, and we have our shades on because when you go into our living room, you will need them.
Yeah.
It's a little bright. So actually, we're going to go in there and start off the tour and everything else. But right now, Cheryl and I have been working on this probably how many weeks, Cheryl?
Oh,
So
I don't even want
quite a few. So, but we are ready. So, and I'm going to just come in here and just give you a overview of what it looks like. I'm going to see if I can actually. I don't know if they're going to let me switch. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to turn around here and I'm going to give you a quick overview and then I will go through it more in depth. So, but right now I probably should just go back and show the whole room. So it's kind of amazing that we're not blowing circuit breakers. So, but yeah, you can. Yeah, that's true. It's been a challenging morning, but it's all right. It's good. It was all nothing very much. So, yeah, this is what it kind of looks like in the living room. Actually, we've decorated the living room, the back bedroom, the bathroom, and the kitchen. So, and we have in some years done even a little more than that. Actually, sometimes in the back bedroom, we have put up a train set that I had when I was a kid. So, and that's a big job, isn't it, Cheryl? Taking all those beds out and putting that up. And
the train thing is heavy.
Hi, Sue. So, but no, I'm going to start off with what all started it. And the one thing that is this tree, which I wish could I have a pointer, Cheryl? This right here is the one that started it. That is the one that when I was a little kid, I was going through my grandmother's bathroom closets, and I asked her if I could have that. And instead of telling me to get out of the closets, she told me I could. And actually, it's a bubble light tree. And right now, the way the day's gone, cannot get it to work. And it normally would have bubble lights. So, but that is the tree that started this whole obsession, madness, whatever you want to call it. So, but yeah, that's approximately 1948 to 1954 on that. So, and all of this has come from that. So, and the second thing she gave me was this ray light. You want to wind that up, Cheryl? Church right here. Yeah. So, and it plays Silent Night like most ray light products did. But that is kind of what was the next thing that started it. And when hi Judy, when my grandparents passed away, especially on my dad's side, they had a lot of Christmas stuff that I acquired. And actually, this is one of their aluminum trees. Hi, Deborah. So actually, it was one that I remember them always having when my sister and I and my cousins all were at Christmas at my grandparents' house. Have added the lights that are actually modern lights. They're LED. That's the ones you see racing across there. So actually, I have three different aluminum trees. Actually, I have from that size to this size, which is the smallest one I'd ever seen. And that actually came from Cheryl's folks from Palisade, Colorado. Actually, it was still in the box and it was new in 1967. So
yes, my father is an enabler. He really loves the estate sales.
Yes.
And so there is a lot of stuff that he has acquired for us over the years.
Just a little bit.
And very, very generous of him.
Well, actually, the snowman right next to him, which is chalkware, was something that he got for us too.
And so. You can tell it's not modern because he's smoking a stogie.
Yep. So wouldn't be good doing now. So but
you want to take the sunglasses for you?
Yeah, if you want to take the sunglasses off, that would be great. I don't really need those in the house. So, but and then from then on. You know, the internet was also an enabler because I wouldn't have found most of this stuff locally. It would have been tough to it would have just been almost impossible to find this stuff locally. And most of this stuff that I've gotten has been off eBay or some auctions, and came from the East Coast, a lot of it. So,
Well, people throw things away, or they
Yes.
don't want it because it's not the stuff that's cool this year. So.
yes. So, but and I'm just going to start working around the room here. So, there actually is a wall plaque of Santa, and he's probably, I would guess, around the 1950s. Actually, this is a chandelier. It is actually made out of wood still, and I would guess 30s, 40s. It has actually the lights are C6s. The things that are below the light bulbs themselves are actually cones that went on the lights. Actually, they would have gone the other way from the 30s, and these are actually Mickey Mouse cones. So.
You can see what they would
Yeah,
look like.
and this is something
Little
another
tray.
thing that Cheryl's dad got for us.
But the figures on it are sort of what's
Yeah,
on
very
the walls.
similar on that. So, but no, the figures up there are celluloid. The shelf itself is made out of an old ceiling tile, but is new.
Oh yeah, and this is an old stair tread.
Yeah, and that is a stair tread there, so it's kind of getting off Christmas a little bit, but it's
yeah.
right. But and then another Noma light here, so approximately early 1950s. They made a lot of cool things. In fact, the base here has the same decal as a tree over there on the other table. So sorry about if I'm being jerky on this. It's very different doing this on virtual. So, and then up top here on the shelf, during the 1930s, Noma could not get, at 30s into the 40s, could not get copper to make Christmas light strings, so they went to toys, and this is one of the toys they made. It's a wooden toy. They also made dolls, and Rita Jones has the doll that says my name is Noma. That is another thing they made. Lot of old postcards here that we've collected over the years. Some of those as old as 1900. This little guy actually is a flashlight. You would you would push his tail, and the light would go. The flashlight is out his mouth, and his nose would light up.
Here, let's
So-
see if I can get her to work. And I found something that you can use as a pointer.
Okay, perfect. It's no battery in it, Cheryl.
Oh,
I
you
sure
didn't?
don't.
Okay.
Nope.
We had a horrible time this morning trying to get him
Yep.
to light up. We could get him the light to work, but once we put him together, then it didn't work. So
Yeah. So, and then we have some more postcards. Another plastic, probably Rosbro from the 50s. And this is, I don't know, I'd never heard of them before, but I started collecting. But he is a nodder, and there actually are nodders that are clockwork nodders where actually have clock mechanisms. He's not, but he just keeps on nodding. He's one of the few nodders that I have. So,
yeah, they're really hard to find.
yeah, they are hard to find. So, and then you go down here. So my Merry Christmas lantern, which I actually got in, was it Elwood?
Yeah.
No. Oh, Overton. Yes, Overton. So about 2 years ago at an antique place. Have many of these churches, and that one also plays
Silent Night.
Silent Night. Yes, it does play at Silent Night. This actually is from the 50s. This actually is a ceramic tree that a friend of mine just so generously gave to me the other day. And this actually little guy is one that Cheryl's dad found for me. So, and this guy, he's a bottle brush. He actually plays, he's also a music box. So, and we will go down here. Actually, this is a tree from, was your aunt's?
My uncle had a pharmacy, and this was, I think, one of the decorations
Nope.
for the
Okay, we're back.
decorations for his pharmacy, I believe.
Okay, so.
It's called Mr. Christmas. That's what it says on the box.
Yes. And then we have the tree topper there with some
Yes.
lights.
And the glass.
Yes, spun glass there. Do have some tree stands there. Actually has some lights in there and a Chiro light box with
that's way in the back.
way in the back there. So we got that.
Real great idea. Electricity and water all together in the same place.
They didn't think
No, they didn't.
so.
I'm surprised more houses didn't burn down.
Yes, we have some insulators there. And while I'm down here, I'm also going to show all the chenille poinsettias. All these actually light up. There's one from the C6 to the more modern C7 bulbs. So we've got those. We didn't plug those in because it was just getting too much
stuff.
So, so up here on the mantle, we actually have, this is actually a chenille tree that we got in Belleville, Kansas. More of the plastic toys, display art things from the 50s. Some bottle brush trees. Actually, the rope is hinoki rope.
This stuff.
And I have to thank John Hansen over in Grand Island for telling me about hinoki, because I had never known what hinoki.
Well, you have it in the wreath over
Yes,
there.
yes. So actually, this wreath over here is hinoki rope instead of being chenille or just cellophane. So, and Santa Claus, some bottle brush trees. So, Santa on a reindeer. Actually, poinsettia. More Christmas. This actually is a Christmas tree from our neighbor, Sally. She did that for us. And talking about when I was down there, these are Cheryl Light Breeze. Actually, there's two sizes. The one in the window is the smaller of the two. The one in the window actually is original. The one up here, Cheryl actually rebuilt. So
here's the box.
Here's what the box looks like, and that would be from 1936. So, Cheryl did the. It's kind of hard to find cellophane. You can find colored plastic, but cellophane, we had problems. A terrible time finding cellophane. We actually got the cellophane for that wreath in Australia, thanks to the internet. And if anybody needs more cellophane, we have a lot, don't we, Cheryl? Yes. They gave us a lot.
Well, they only sold it in yard units.
Yeah, so.
Maybe.
And then instead of having a hot bulb in there, we went with LED. So it's kind of updated on that. So, and then we're going to move down to these paper trees, which you can kind of see rotate. This is actually a skater.
Right in here.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm going to try and move back a little bit.
Do you want me to turn the headlight on?
No, I think we're fine. So, but. Probably not. So, but that actually is from the 50s. Actually, most of all these paper trees on this side here are from the 50s, 50 to 52. And there aren't many of them around because they were made out of paper. And
yeah, talk about not PC. Let's see,
yeah.
What is it?
Well, and that is actually not paper. That one is plastic.
Plastic, but yeah, guns and places, things here for hiding, that type of stuff.
Yes.
So.
And actually, these are made by Econolite, which actually is still around and makes traffic lights of all things. This was the L.A. Goodman company that made that. Actually, they're the ones that when you saw like the trains with the heat lamp that went around, it was kind of one that they made that. So
the waterfalls.
Yeah, the waterfalls and stuff like the motion lamps there. So, but a lot of them got thrown away because a lot of times they were in the attic and the heat does not treat these things well. I don't even pack them up anymore because they just disintegrate. So,
fragile, yeah.
So they kind of stay out year round. Another thing from Raylight, which would have a music box also that would play Silent Night. And but they made a bunch of, approximately around 1954 on that. So you want to take out the exhaust tip bulb, Cheryl, there? Sure. So, and this actually is a light bulb set from 1912. And I don't know if you can see there's the strings. And take out, this is the type of bulb they used to have. You can't see that very much. Get one that's colored, Cheryl, with the exhaust tip that shows up better. Yeah, they would have been exhaust tip bulbs where they did that. And actually, every one of those bulbs still works, but it's still in the original box. But yeah, they were new in 1912, so they've seen a few things in their years. So, and let's see. Then we go back up here. Like I said, the Cheryl Light wreath, which is original on that one. This actually isn't called an eyelash wreath.
Yeah,
and
you can kind of see here.
Yeah, you can see how it got its name there. So, and that would have been probably 50s, 60s there. And then we will move down to a music box. that would have had a cup, and you would have put your tree in the cup there,
On this here.
right there, and it would have rotated the tree. But it plays two songs, Silent Night, and then thanks to our friend, you want to get the piece of paper
Lori?
out. Lori,
Thank you, Lori.
Lori, yes, Lori came up with the other song that it plays. So, yeah, however you pronounce that one. So,
I don't know if you can read it.
yep, you can. So, but that is pretty old too. In fact, it has lost its cup, and we've thought about having it redone so we could actually.
Yeah, it's quite the expense for one of those, so we haven't done it.
But we just use it kind of as a music box because it's really got great sound.
So Jane, if yours disappears, you know where it went. Because our friend of ours has one of those, and I covet it every time I go.
Yep. So, and then we have this tree with a tree topper from the 50s. And it actually would have come with a flasher in it. Actually, the tree is our neighbor. She built that for Cheryl and I a few years back. And that is her rendition of a feather tree.
The same person that made the Christmas tree over here.
Yeah.
That's the metal.
But it's anything but light. It is very, very heavy. And she brought it. Yeah, she brought it in with one hand. So
yeah. And later Mark goes, "Oh my God."
So, yeah, we don't have to worry about it blowing away. So. And then we've got, this actually is what I showed the other day. This is another tree topper. And those are, crystal, these actually are crystals. And that would have been a tree topper also. And, it was from the 30s, mainly 32 to 39, but a different color. They came in multicolored. We have some shiny bright ornaments on there. So, got that. And then Mr. Snowman with his candy cane, have numerous ornaments there. Another tree topper down there. I don't know if you can see that with, and that was just from the 50s also. Then I will start up actually at the top of the tree. Tree topper is from the 1930s. Actually, it's old enough that it doesn't have a plug. It actually screws into a C6 plug where the bulb would have gone instead of having an outlet. So you have to have a C6 string. And that's the one where if one goes out, they all go out. And that we had that go on this morning, didn't we, Cheryl?
Uh-huh.
So,
yeah, that song kept going through my mind where the guy said, "Oh, one goes out, they all go out." I don't remember what the song is.
I don't know, but yes, it was doing that this morning. Couldn't hardly keep up with them not going out.
Yeah, splattering, and I made sure I was in the other room.
Yes, so, and then this right here, is actually a matchless star from the 30s. It actually was made by the Matchless Company, and this was the first product that they made that wasn't with matches. So it actually
no candles.
No candles. Yep, it actually used. But then we go to right here. It's a bulb. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a reflector that is actually mirrors yeah. And it's called Mirostar. And it was from most of the 30s. Mirostar made a bunch of reflectors. Moving on to the bubble light right next to it is a shooting star bubble light. And
up and down.
Yeah, it's got two different fluids in there, so the bubbles go both ways. There's numerous types of bubble lights, but this actually also was from my friend John Hansen because he knew I didn't have one of those, so I bought it from him a few years ago.
This is typically what you see.
Yeah, and this is actually a bubble light from the space race time. It's actually a rocket ship.
You can see back here, there's
and you can kind of, yep. So, and then this is a light cover right here from, it covers the C7 bulb, which is the bigger bulbs, the ones that stay on. But that was made by the John Mansville Company, and who still to this day make insulation. And that's what that is. They wanted to get into the Christmas decorating thing, so they made light covers. So, and then we have this blue one is also another matchless star from the 30s. They are beautiful. So
they're gorgeous.
And then we go down here to a tree topper. Actually, I have just about every tree topper made in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. And this would have been with C9 bulbs, which are the bulbs you normally see outside.
This little guy here.
And then that is another star from the 50s, Paramount Star. Another bubble light right here, Actually, that is, there's a story behind that. That is a Paramount bubble light made with oil. And the reason they had to do that, because Noma, the ones that you kind of think of that invented the bubble lights, had the patent for using the methyl chloride that they use to this day. So other companies tried different things. So they basically used oil. And actually, when we start these, it smells like fish.
Yeah, our cat used to just, where is the fish? She loved them.
So, but yeah, that's kind of what they did there. And it's kind of a neat effect with the bubbles there. It very much has different effect than you normally get. And then this right here doesn't show the color real well, is actually a snow light, can't think of the name right now. It was made by General Electric in the late 50s until 1999.
It was a mistake, too.
Yeah, it was a mistake, the covering, but it looks like snow and ice light. That's what I was looking for. So it looks like ice on there. But it was a mistake that ended up being one of their best sellers of all times. And I remember these as a kid very much. And I don't know if I can get there. You can kind of get the bulbs there a little bit. There we go. So trying to learn here how this thing goes.
Any of your science nerds here, it was the coefficient of expansion between the two different glasses. And the only reason I know that is because I like to do stained glass. So
hi, Angie. So, and then we have, this is a reflector. I have numerous reflectors from the 30s to, mainly 30s into 50s. And that one is with a heavy gauge metal. Here's another one of the covers, and that's what it would have looked like. And that's from the 30s with the Disney characters, and they had all different kinds of characters, not just Disney. Another shiny, bright bulb there, and right there. And then this is one made out of cardboard, and it actually is a reflector that says Merry Christmas. And they are sought after because many of the letters have fallen off over the years. Yeah. So go to this right here. Is a rosette from the 30s. Beautiful. Actually, that was glass, and very, very, very sought after too. So another bubble light. This actually is a Peerless bubble light, another company that made bubble lights, and they always usually had the burn marks. I don't think you can probably see the burn mark, right here, but the bulbs were too hot for the plastic. Another thing we have here, which was when you had the hot C6 lamps, these spinners would go around because of the heat, and have many of those, and they came in different shapes. I have some other shapes here too, but that's what brought the movement. So, and let's see, then we go to there's another of the oil bubble lights. Another tree topper. That's actually the one I took a picture of earlier today. Another angel. This actually I got a few years ago from my aunt and uncle for Christmas. Another reflector with a bigger bulb. Bubble light actually from the 1970s by Noma.
You should talk about the top on this.
Yeah, and then this one didn't need this bubble light. Actually, get down here. Did not need to have its own bulb. Actually, it snapped over. It was called a snap-on bubble light, and actually, it was one that if the bulb burned out, you just took it off that one and snapped it on another one, or put another bulb in there. So, but yeah, they were kind of pretty cool. Another one of the John Mansville coverings. Another tree topper. Most of these tree toppers came from the 30s, and that's also another C9.
I'm not touching that one.
Yep. So, and then we're going to move down here. Actually, here is, I believe, from around the 1930s, 32, is a tree stand also with lights,
lights and electricity with water,
which it still does light. But we had to.
Not in my house.
No. So and moving up. This actually, if you can see it, is made by General Electric also in 1959. And in that year, they decided instead of putting stuff on there, they used styrofoam and called it Snowball Light. And they only made it for basically 1959. So, and then we go over here, which I talked about, not yet today, but I've talked about it at previous times, is a fluorescent bulb made in 1940s, late 1940s approximately. and it is one that stays white until they light, and they were all kind of pastel colors, and actually I don't know why it took so long to get compact fluorescent bulbs when they had those
Because
back
they had them already.
yeah, back in the 40s. So, and let's see. Okay, here we go with another bubble light. This one actually is a Paramount bubble light. It is one that Christopher Radko decided to reproduce with the Shiny Bright brand. And this actually is original, but he really did a good job of reproducing them. This is a crystal star. Actually, it's like this is a smaller. This is just ones that were made to go on the tree, not as a tree topper. But they came in multicolors, and here's a white one actually. But they had multicolors, and they also made it so you could snap off the back and change the bulb if it burned out. So, okay. And moving up, this actually is a star. It just was a star that came from approximately 1936 and had the bulb in there. Like I said, and I have a lot of stuff from the 30s. 30s, they were trying to stay alive with whatever they could do. So they did just about, they really produced some cool stuff. So, and here's another tree topper, another C9, another snap-on bubble light. Let's see. And move around over here. And another twirler. And another reflector. And then these were actually plastic from the 50s. Could you turn that, Cheryl? Yeah. Okay, there you go. So that was kind of like that. Actually, the lights that are over there by that other tree stand, they were twinkle stars. Actually, that's the box that they came in. So that's kind of on the tree. I think that here is another tree topper for the crystal star. I've got 3 of them, and that's one that what it looks like when it's lit. Let's see. Do you think I missed anything here, Cheryl? So.
Oh, no, we'll talk about these.
And that one's out.
Yeah.
And then that was one that's a C6 where they made them, and most of the time the flame disintegrated over the years. The plastic wasn't stable. And this one actually has been reproduced or redone, I should say. Mm-hmm. So, and then we have Mr. Santa on the wall, blow mold. He's got a nice face. So,
Speaking of the plastic.
Yeah, and then this is something that we had one of our neighbors in Norman give to us.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, actually, those are icicles that glow in the dark. So, and they're actually made other colors, but these happen to be ones that do glow in the dark. So,
They made all sorts of them. They call it Carnival.
Yeah, but they were kind of cool. So, hey, you would be hard pressed not to to get to know this stuff, Cheryl. Okay, now we're going to move out here to the entryway. So, actually, a lot of this stuff. Actually, that's some chalkware. The Santas are fried from the 50s. Old postcard. Actually, the Santas were from Cheryl's folks. Actually, they were from Cheryl's folks. And Mr. Snowman was also from Cheryl's folks. So, and then these are some of the very first ornaments. These are from the late 1800s. They're parasols. It's amazing that all 3 have made it to present day. But I got those in Lyons, Colorado at a really cool antique store. And they are actually wrapped with wire and an excellent, pristine shape for as many years, centuries. So
more
here's
era.
Yeah, about that same era of decoration. So Cheryl, do you want to? Cheryl's going to take over in a little bit for doing the wassail. So do you want? Okay, and then I'm going to get something to drink real quick, and then if you want to, so.
Okay, we're going to go into the kitchen here. I'm going to turn the light on. I've got cooking in here is wassail. And, here we come a caroling. That's sort of what wassail was. It initially started as kind of a way to get your landowner to give you stuff. That's kind of sort of why we started Christmas, actually, the way we celebrate it here, because they did a lot of things where you would come to the house and then they would, give me some figgy pudding, that type of thing. And so they developed some of these traditions and melded them in with some Christian traditions to kind of give the landowners a little bit of a break. But they used to use the wassail after the harvest of the apples, and they would go out to the apple orchards and they would soak toast bread in all sorts of different kinds of, spirits, mostly apple hard cider. And so that's where the toast came from, is they would take that out and give it as a, I don't know, honor to the trees. But the different things in the wassail are, if you drink, you take, oh, I've got it. Take a different deal. You go in and get your deal. Well, whatever's inside is your fortune, sort of like reading tea leaves. And so if you wanted to have they called it good health, that's what wassail sort of translates to. But if you share your drink, you share your blessings. And so if you got an apple, that meant that you were going to be wealthy for the next year. I'm going to kind of walk around so you don't have to stand and look at one thing, sort of what we've decorated. The oranges, if you get an orange, it meant that you have a surprise coming. And if you got a lemon, that meant that something unpleasant was going to happen to you. And the cloves, I put those into the fruit because you don't really want to swallow one of those. Doesn't really go down so great.
No, it would not be good.
And so if you didn't like your fortune, you could always get a second cup. Cloves meant abundance. So some beaded snowflakes from my folks. And here is some a Santa and a Christmas tree, and they're both made out of paper. The tree topper is from the 50s. And if you grew up like I did, usually there was a furniture store that had all sorts of displays, that at least typically around where I grew up, and they had the moving figures. And this is actually one of those kinds of figures that you would see in the window at Christmas time. And here's another little guy. He's moving around too. What else in the kitchen here? Oh, well, we like to go to Estes Park, and they have quite a bit of things that they do at Christmas time. They decorate the sides of the mountains around the town. It's in a valley in Colorado. But this poster, I always call it the Richard Dreyfuss Santa, because he kind of looks like Richard Dreyfuss with a tan. So we put him up every year.
We have friends gave that to us.
Yeah. Oh, yes. And it's wonderful. I'm not talking it down, but it is just, he does kind of look like Richard Dreyfuss as far as I'm concerned. Just some things for, the kitchen. There anything else? Oh, I wanted to say thank you to our neighbor. He sent us the most wonderful card, and he painted this himself. And so it's beautiful, and we're going to find a way to have it out. But right now he's just on the refrigerator because we just got him. Anything else in here?
I think that's pretty good in here.
Okay,
So
I'm going to give her back to you.
So are you going to do that?
I'll pour our fortunes for us.
Okay, I'm going to go back in here then. So trying to move slowly so I don't make you guys nauseous. So, okay, well, we'll get back in there in a second. So actually, next thing is this is from 1954. And actually, it would have had a spire that this one does not have, has lost over the years. And then right next to that is another Paramount Church, which also plays Silent Night like they all did. Then, I don't know if you can see it, These are some matches that are Christmas matches that a neighbor and friend gave to me recently. So very cool. Something that I had never seen. And they supposedly have green flames if you would like them.
Well, and if you grew up in the 60s and 70s and your mom would get one of these obligatory things with some flowers at every holiday, this just happens to be a Christmas one.
Yes, yes. So, and then Cheryl, you want to do one of the skater lanterns? So, actually, these lanterns, I have two of them. This actually was made by Noma, the same people who made the Christmas lights and also the toys. And it was made,
See the writing?
see if you can see that, the Noma lantern. Actually, it was made for skaters, and it had red, clear, and red, green, clear. And you would turn it for whatever you needed there. So
Yeah,
I don't know
here's
if you
the
can see,
green.
there's green there, but you would just turn the glass there and it would show the different colors there. Okay, Cheryl, and if you want to start opening,
Okay,
I don't know if I can,
What do you want me to grab first?
no, well, maybe I can do it through the glass. All right. So,
Well, we already did
actually
this.
those are bell lights that with actually they were on the string. Some more plastic. And then we have,
Snow Baby in the corner.
yeah, Snow Baby, and then down here, these actually were candy wagons, and I don't know if we can really,
I'm gonna hold one of those.
yeah, why don't you take one of those out, Cheryl? And I think that helped right there. They would have had lollipops more than likely in them, have a couple of those, but they were Santa's candy wagon.
Yeah, right in here.
Yeah, and they would have had just your maybe a little bit, sorry about that. Yeah, so there, and we actually have quite a few, and the one right next to it is the same wagon. That one I wouldn't touch, Cheryl. It's celluloid,
I
which
was
is
just
pretty
going to
plastic.
Turn it just
So,
a little bit so people could see it.
Yeah, so,
'Cause we got
and then we have another candy wagon, and then a paper mache.
yeah, that's similar to what I was showing you in the kitchen
Yeah,
earlier.
and a lot of those have, but this one actually was in great shape when we got it. So, so those are what's there. And down here, wait till Cheryl. And if you have any questions, just put that in the comments. We will try and answer them. So, and down here, see if I can get down low enough here. That right here is a tree topper. Can you take that out, Cheryl? Actually, it would have gone on the tree top, and it did not also have a plug in. It just had to screw into a C6. It's kind of like the angels where the flame turns the. Except this would have been electric motor. Oh, so
get it to make a noise.
if I can
Here, let me.
just have it go around there. So
Where's the? I can't
Just-
find the.
just turn.
Okay, well, I was with you.
And you could have taken the star out, and you could have put a C6 bulb in there too. Don't take it out, Cheryl. So
I think I would have gone crazy.
yeah, this would have been going, and it goes it does go pretty fast. So, but that would have been approximately probably 1928, right in that area. So
Well, here you can see the plug in.
yeah, you can kind of see how they had for a plug-in. It just screwed into a C6 line, or not. What am I thinking? C6
Socket.
socket. Yeah. So
Yeah. This little gal is from Germany. Actually, I went to a cathedral over there and they were selling these. And I just liked her face.
okay. So, but I think we need to move things along a little faster, Cheryl. And there's some skaters. So
Well, and that's sort of a takeoff. These are plastic.
yeah. So. But no, and on here, actually, this table has a lot of things on it. Actually, another Econolite tree. This tree actually plays Jingle Bells rather than Silent Night, so it's kind of cool. And it's a glow light tree. This is a precursor to bubble lights. Actually, they were glass rods with cellophane wrapped around them. This tree right here is a Cheryl light tree. Like the Rees, it was made by the same company in 1936. Also used cellophane. Then we got a Santa. Yeah, and here's another one that's been redone, a Cheryl light tree.
Someone didn't know what they were doing.
no.
They were a little.
So, and then the flicker card actually was one that is from Noma. that we didn't know
Let's
that
see if
Noma had made anything like that. I don't know
Let's
if
see if we can get it to. We
you're
got
getting the reflection there.
reflection. Okay, there we go.
So, but yeah, there you go. You can kind of see it there. So, but it actually has the vice president on the back of the card, who later became president of Noma. So, yep.
We figure it must have been like some kind of a deal for employees.
Mm-hmm. And then we have actually probably, if anybody from the 50s, 60s, the girly candles. So, and actually, Vermont Country Store bought all their molds, so they can remake all those.
Yeah, here's this.
Yeah. Yep.
They're all about the same size.
So, and let's see. Then we have, actually, these are lanterns that were actually, you have C batteries in there, and that one actually will turn on, Cheryl.
Okay.
So,
they're a little heavy to be hanging on the tree, but they are kind of fun.
yes, yes. So.
And it gets so hot that the bulbs burn out just almost
They
immediately.
do. Goes through batteries and bulbs very quickly. So, and then if you go in here, let's open this.
Oh, my.
See if I can get that. Actually, the Merry Christmas, that's a basket. It's in a basket, but there is a basket in there, and that's from 1925. So, and then we have numerous, we have horns, more celluloid figures, a bell that is made out of hinoki rope, which is very abrasive. It's very, very, very abrasive.
Well, is it like coconut?
Yeah, I think it is. So, but that's what that's made out of.
Well, I always think this is sort of like an octopus.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that. So, but, and then there's a glow light tree with the white visca is what it was made out of, which actually was cellophane they used to make like needles. And over there, I'm just going to show it kind of this way. More. So more figures, more reindeer, some
Mostly plastic.
Yeah, some balls that were from, or some of them were from your grandparents' stores, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The shiny bright. Only they're humongous.
Yeah, they are huge. So I don't know if you can see those well or not, but okay. And then moving on. Actually, this is a blow mold. This is one of my favorites. I always liked him with the dog and singing. So over here is another blow mold. So we got that. This actually is from 1935, 36. I think it's 36. Three Wise Men. Actually, this is a find that I couldn't believe. I was at the right place at the right time. Actually, it came from a family in Maine, and they actually, nobody in the family wanted it. And I bought it from them, and they actually sent pictures of it when it had been in their family. And they actually sent it in the fruit box that had been stored in all those years. And I can't imagine that it made it through the mail, but it did, thankfully.
Well,
and
show them the side and tell them about that. That's what's so funny.
So, but
you're not going to tell them about
no, so,
okay.
But they made 3 different ones. Only made it for 1 year. So, but yeah, that's one of my great finds. The right place at the right time. So, and Cheryl probably wants to tell them about the paper.
They're just, my parents used to have those, and they were very generous to let me have them. Just
What about the history of them?
there isn't much other than they bought it. They came in a manila envelope, basically, and you had to put them together.
Uh-huh.
They're one of those wonderful, fun things that you insert slot A to slot B.
Yeah, they do fall apart quite
they
easily.
fall apart, and the heads come off and everything, but you can kind of see how they go together.
Yes,
But
yes.
They came at, well, you can see here's slot A, D4.
Uh-huh.
Goes into D5.
Yeah,
so.
be careful, Cheryl. It'll fall apart. Okay, so, and here is another crystal star that I showed the other day in one of my videos, quick videos. Actually, this was actually a flashlight company, and they actually made a Christmas decoration flashlight. So rather than being just a flashlight, and it should just turn over and there. Oop. Sorry about that. There you go. Okay, so but that actually was made by a flashlight company years ago. And then Mr. Santa right there actually was a candy holder. It would have been in a child's stocking or a gift. It would have been full of candy. And he's quite old. And he actually came. Yeah, he celluloid. I mean, and he came from Atlanta, no, Walnut, Iowa. I don't know why I was going to say Atlanta. So, and then we have another Econolite tree. They made numerous ones, different colors, and
This one's a little more PC. There are no guns on it.
yeah, well, that actually is a different company. So,
Yeah.
so moving along. Actually, this tree, it was my grandparents' half tree that they always had by their back or south door, I should say. It was one that I always got to change the light bulbs in, so it was always kind of fun. But the bulbs in there are all fluorescents from their by Sylvania from the late 40s. They the blue ones are worth the most. They're highly coveted, and but I actually had found a whole box one time when Cheryl and I were in Greeley, Colorado, and an antique store had a whole box of fluorescents for $10. And yeah, I had those pretty quickly, didn't I, Cheryl? Yep, nobody was going to get those. So, and then another find. Actually, this is a Christmas tree. It actually is unique because it used the hot C6s that are series, and then in the center it's parallel wired. So, and that came from a lady out in Sidney, Nebraska, which is in the Panhandle. So got those. So, and then Cheryl, if you want to bring down some of the Santas, like the one that reads. So these are all wind up Santas up here. So. Okay, so, but no, he actually is one that you got to wind him more than that. Definitely, he's all right. Just keep winding him. It's good. Okay, put it down so that you can see it. But he actually reads the book. So, and the fact that he still works, he was made in Japan, and that's kind of with that. So,
Well,
and then
they
he
even went to the trouble of putting stuff on the.
Yeah, the book is actually a book.
Yeah.
So, and the fact that he can figure out how to do all that is pretty cool. So, but yeah, he's going to read some more. And then we also have, I'm going to get this one down. Same company. You want to wind him up? He actually.
You could talk to Santa.
Yeah, he actually want to wind him. So he actually would wind him up, and he would talk on the phone. So you got to do more than that.
Well, I don't want to.
You're not going to. Okay, there you go. But the fact that they got that to work and that they are still working after all these decades is pretty interesting that they still do that. So, okay. And then two other things. There was other ones that the one he waves his sign and everything like that. I guess, I don't know if there's any other ones. I guess that's a music box there. This one is kind of cool. It's another ray light. It plays Silent Night, but the doors open and close.
Well, and it's kind of strange too because it's a Christmas deal, but when it opens back up, you'll see, and I think it's for Mary's birthday because it's springtime.
Mm-hmm.
Mary was supposed to have been born in May, so.
Yeah, so, and it takes a little while for it to open up again, but the doors open and close while it plays its music, so. Which is pretty neat that you got that figured out, so.
And you can see the green grass and
really
the
can see
flowers.
it.
Well, there's green grass and
Yeah.
flowers and
So-
such. And Mary and the baby are there. So.
Yes. And then we've got to wind, this is actually a snow globe from Coca-Cola. My aunt and uncle generously gave that to me a few Christmases ago. And if anybody remembers the theme song from Coca-Cola, like to teach the world to sing. So, and it's got a train that actually goes around it too. So,
I don't know if you can see, but it's right here.
yeah, you can see it. So, but that's very cool. This light is actually Gebhardt, and actually was one of the very first electrified Christmas trees from the 30s. So got that. So I think so. So let's go into. Actually, we decorate everything. So actually, we just kind of got to have a handyman Santa. So I actually got that from Cheryl's folks a few years ago.
Well, basically the whole
So
bathtub
actually,
is dead.
yeah, he got Santa's filling the bathtub. Actually, his tools actually come out too. So, but we kind of decorated there and got a really nice chenille wreath and just kind of very just nice Christmas stuff.
General things.
Yeah, with the lights there. And going into your bedroom here, so we got one of those trucks that is Merry Christmas. Always liked that one really well. And then Santa, which I've always liked. So he's been very neat.
I don't know if you can see it, but it has "I'll Come All You Faithful" written on his music box.
Yeah. So, and then some old stockings that were decoration. So I've got that. Let's move into. And actually, here's that picture I took of Cheryl and I when we were in the paper a few years back. So that was one that they provided. Actually, over here, another. Yeah, that's fine. And Cheryl's folks, the lights on each side of the statue actually are Miro stars. Were probably only used 1 year because they were actually in the box when we got them. Were still wrapped in 1954 newspapers.
Yeah,
so,
they popped the circuit too.
Yeah, well, it's getting to be pretty old.
Yeah.
So, and the statue or the figure is from Cheryl's parents. Then we also last year acquired, and it's actually a beautiful wood box. Think maybe it was a glove box,
yeah.
but it's got poinsettias into the wood. Beautiful box. So, and then actually that's a picture of some of my relatives, and actually the gentleman looks a lot like my dad. So, and then another blow mold, and some with the Christmas. And
60s
some,
and 70s.
yeah, 60s and 70s, some figures there with the bells and stuff like that. So I think we need to go back and do the fortune and stuff. So
It's about the bell.
what's that? Oh yes, and actually this bell, my grandma in Upland had one just like it. I think my aunt has that, but we found this one in McCook, Nebraska. And brings back a lot of good memories. So I remember pulling that string many times when I was a kid. So it's actually amazing that it held up. So and got those things like that. And that when I truly do agree, there is no place like home for the holidays. So and that's kind of, and we have many of these bells that were ones that.
The honeycomb.
Yeah, the honeycomb bells. So what did you pour, Cheryl? How do I see on this?
That means that you're going to have wealth and abundance. If you have an orange, that means that you are going to get a surprise. If you have apples,
What if I have all three?
then you're going to have an interesting year.
Okay, it looks like I might have an interesting year. I see lemon, orange, and apple, all three in there. So, well, that would go with, would have gone with this year.
Yes, and I think, this was made out of cider, hard cider, so by the time you drank that, you wouldn't care what kind of year.
That's probably true too. So then you just take a drink, and that what you do?
Yeah.
So,
and if, like I said, if you don't like your fortune, you can just have another glass.
that tastes really good. So, always heard of wassail.
Yeah, it's got cinnamon sticks and cloves and oranges and apples and some lemon to kind of make it a little
Okay.
ginger. Some people have tea, and then there's ones that they call the lamb's wool, and that has egg whites in it. And I'm sorry, it didn't sound too appealing to me, so
Doesn't me either. So.
we didn't do.
Okay. That tastes really good. So, well, it looks like it's going to be an interesting year coming up. So, but I'll just let you look at, this is kind of what it looks like from our kitchen into the living room. Got the fireplace going, and so everything. Yeah, it is much nicer when we do this in person. It is very different being virtual. So without the interaction is definitely different. So, but I hope everybody's well. and has a great holiday season. And I don't think we're doing much of anything, just kind of like we did for Thanksgiving. Basically, be very quiet. But that's what you got to do this year. You want to stay safe. Don't want to get COVID. That's for sure. So, but I can't think of. Can you think of anything else, Cheryl? I'll just rock around and
Merry Christmas.
yeah, Merry Christmas. And I'll just see if there's anything else that you guys. If there's anything else after, just give us a comment and we can show you again, or we can just answer questions. This is my season. I definitely love Christmas. So, and also, and I wanted to tell you, this is actually a bottle brush tree there. I forgot to talk about that. So,
Well, that's
but
a reproduction.
it is a reproduction, yes, but it is a bottle brush.
Yeah,
So.
okay. You should tell them where you got it.
Actually got that up in Valentine, Nebraska at a store that Cody Foster has up there, and he does reproduction Christmas stuff. Does a very nice job of it too. So, oh, and then I should tell you that these actually are Pullman car lamps. They had candles in them, and as they burned up, the candle was pushed up so they didn't have to do anything with that until the candle was all burned out. So I think I can't think of anything else. I was going to also show you, I guess, before I leave. This is a book that I acquired. It's actually Noma, all the toys they made when they couldn't make Christmas lights. Also, I should have talked about, is I'm a member of the Golden Glow. And actually, it's a membership that is amazing. You can go on their website and basically get basic things, but they do have a membership that is well worth it. It's $60 a year, and you get I don't know how many they come out, but you get magazines like that, which are almost like textbooks. They're high quality pictures, and they just it's like, oh, I remember that, and then they usually, this year they weren't able to because of COVID, have a convention. I think the one coming up in 2021 is in Norfolk, Virginia. That is my goal, to go to that sometime. Because there's a lot of people out there that like Christmas that have
They're
a lot
even
more
nuttier than you are.
Exactly, they are. They look like I'm
They
just getting
actually had the
started.
picture of
So
the one that you had.
yeah, so
It's not a very good picture to see, but
yeah,
one
these
that
are some
you
of the
had.
toys Noma made when they
There's
couldn't make
the
Christmas
pictures
lights.
there.
Yep. But no, Golden Glow of Christmas Past. It is an amazing organization, and I don't know how many thousands there are of us around the world right now, but amazing group. In fact, I know of two people, and they're pretty close. Sue and Gibbon, and then John over in Grand Island. I don't know if there's anybody else in Nebraska besides the three of us or not, but it's fun to collect, and it's also fun to talk and just look at the website, and it's really a lot of fun. So if you ever were interested in Vintage Christmas, that is the group and the organization to become part of. So this kind of just shows you some of the magazines I've gotten recently, and very, very cool on that. So, and these are actually some of my books that I look at to find out what I have, or just reference books. So, but I'm going to end it on that. I think this is a pillow I got from my sister a few years ago for my birthday. Pretty cool. So, and hopefully, I don't know if Kristen's watching, but a lot of times she's out here helping us do the
She's
open
the greeter
house.
and
Usually
greeter.
she's the greeter, and miss her being out here too. So
Yep.
it's just so strange. And usually we have lots of food too.
Oh yeah.
And that's what we're going to do. Actually, we're going to make the food, and we're going to take it to people that would normally come out to the open house. So we're going to reverse it and do it safely. And I also want to say, we're trying to do positive things this year because there's so much negativity going on. So we have formed a Facebook group, Compass for Your Life. If you are ever interested in something like that, we would love to have you join. Actually, we have 720 some members now, and great group. They're all over the United States. We do positivity things. We highlight positivity in people and places, and actually working on a merchandise line that will, as soon as we figure out all the sales taxes for the states, yeah.
And then our supplier figures out how to get their stuff.
Yeah. So, but we are in the process of working on merchandise that is positive. And if you are so sick of the news and everything else going on in this world right now, we're the group. So at Compass for Your Life, Facebook group, and we also have compassforyourlife.com website, and that's where the shop is for our merchandise, and we do a blog, and we're just kind of getting started on all that
And we
too.
have
So
some videos, too,
yeah, we have videos when we so when we can still
travel things.
yep.
Again, from COVID, we kind of had to stop doing those.
Yes.
Because
Yep.
we can't go places.
Yep. So, but no, both compassforyourlife.com and then just Compass for Your Life Facebook group. We would love to have you join and come over and look at our website and give suggestions. We are always open to suggestions. If you have anything that you would like to see on a T-shirt, and that's one thing what we've been saying. If there's something that you have a saying or something positive that you want to put on a T-shirt, and
if we develop a design for that saying, we'll send you a T-shirt.
Yeah, with the design
With
on it
that
for free.
design on for
Yep,
free.
yep. If we
For
use it, we'll
giving
let
us
you know.
The idea.
Yep,
So,
yep. So we're kind of just working on this, and I guess that's about it. I can't think of anything else. Can you, Cheryl?
Nope.
So,
I think we've talked their ear off.
yep, I think so too. And I probably made him nauseous by walking around too fast, maybe. So, but enjoyed this, and I hope you did too. And we'll let you Merry Christmas, and everybody stay safe. And we will talk to you soon. And like I said, if you have any questions or suggestions, just leave it in the comments. We'd love to hear. So all comments. So even if there's something that we didn't get quite right or something like that, and definitely don't want to.
Oh, the Golden Glow people will let you know.
Well, that's good. That's
Yes,
you
I
don't
know.
learn unless you do.
Yes, I
So,
know.
but
They're
anyway.
very, very good about
Yes, but we're gonna. Hi, Lauren. So I think on that we're going to pretty much end. It's just kind of a very homey. It's one thing. It's kind of nice, and that's one of the reasons why we had to do this year, just to, if nothing else, keep our spirits up. And it's just something that we really, really enjoy doing. It's a lot of work, and we probably don't get it down until Valentine's Day usually. So.
Well, there's a few things to put away.
Yeah, and some of it doesn't ever get put away. So, but anyway, I'm going to end on that. And Merry Christmas, and take care, and we'll talk soon. Bye. Thanks.